Hey guys, it's me Zach. Today we are on episode 3 of our little series of the solar system. We are officially on episode 3. Hooray! Yes, celebration for episode 3. So yeah, let's go to Earth. We're on episode 3, Earth. Yeah. Hope you all had a nice Valentine's Day, as I might have noticed. So yeah, I made a little bit of changes to our solar system model, as I've added new objects, and here we are to Earth. I also will be reviewing the moon on this video, of course, because I'm part of the Earth crew. Okay, let's recap. Earth. Third planet from the Sun. Largest rocky planet in our solar system. Yes. Earth is the largest rocky planet in the solar system. Oh. What's up, Venus? I'm the biggest rocky planet in our solar system. Sorry, Venus, but that record belongs to our home planet Earth. Sorry about that. You should have got a bit more rocks during your formation process. So yeah, back to that. Now I'm gonna be recapping the Earth's history, as we know. So let's begin. Billions and billions and billions of years ago, either roughly 4.6 billion years ago, there was just Jupiter and the Sun. Yes, the Sun was a newborn, was just a baby star, just a few seconds old, and Jupiter was also born, kind of at the same time. Well, a terrible catastrophe happened. Jupiter began to spiral towards the inner solar system, as they were full of many rocky planets. By kind of like friction, Jupiter's massive gravity caused rocky planets to speed up into the other planet's direction, causing them to collide with one another, some of which break them into pieces, and some of which were hurtled into the Sun. Now, only a few many rocky planets were destroyed. Either a few rocky planets survived the renovation process. As the Jupiter layer back retreated when Saturn pulled Jupiter away and head towards Saturn, Jupiter's closest neighbor. Is that Mars or Saturn? I need to know about that. So yeah, Earth, yeah. So yeah, as so many rocky planets survived, Earth formed in the outer habitable zone. Yes, we are orbiting in the Sun's narrow habitable zone. The right distance from our star, 150 million kilometers and 93 million miles away. And yeah, so yeah, a survivor rocky planet of the acidified, the size of Mars, named Theia, spiraled towards Earth's direction and hurtled and crashed into the Earth, sending out trillions and trillions and kind of like a quintillion tons of rocks and dust, shooting out into space. Say I'm a piece of it, but then yeah, and I shot out here, and I shot out here. As I shoot out, I get pulled back, and then Earth allows it to begin to slowly form into the moon. And that's how we got our friendly neighbour, Moon. Yes, the moon. The biggest object in the night sky, because it's only 250,000 miles from the Earth. And guess what? The moon made it onto the solar system's top 5 biggest moons. The moon is the 5th biggest. So, what do we say? The moon made it onto the solar system's top 5 biggest moons. Yeah. So glad we got victory for our moon. So yeah. Now we have to speed up billions of years to when kind of like our solar system was kind of like 1.3 billion years old. Yeah, I think that was it. So about 3.9 billion years ago, Earth was hit by a meteor storm. As the first impact laid down, it crashes in. Bing, bang, bang. Okay, hey Venus, I'm gonna have to borrow you for a sec. Let's pretend that you are the newly formed Earth. Yay! Yeah, so we're just gonna use you for a sec. So yeah, after the laid of the first impact, over 20 million years as the meteors fell. The reason why Earth got its water because the meteors held crystals, and each crystals held tiny droplets of water inside their shell. And over 20 million years, as they got hit, as Earth hit them, pools of water started to form on the Kulan crust. Now we're going to speed up a few million years to find our first supercontinent. About 3.8 billion years ago, many volcanoes from Earth's formation erupted from the oceans, and that led to tiny islands going in. But then the Earth's tectonic plates moved them, and that's how we got our first supercontinent, known as, I don't think I'm going to say this right. Can someone how do you say that first supercontinent's name? Because I don't know how. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to call it Valbra. Yeah, I'm going to call it Valbra for now. So yeah, as Valbra formed, Earth's tectonic plates were moving again, which led to Valbra get destroyed and formed many supercontinents, and that led us to the only supercontinent we know, Pangaea. But sadly, over 175 million years ago, the Earth's tectonic plates moved yet again and caused Pangaea to break apart and formed the continent we know today. As we know, I was in Wales. As you know, I'm in Wales, so I would stick to England. And after the tectonic plates moved, I would have hurtled right toward, or would have been connected right toward England. This torch represents London. Yeah, this block right here is London. This is Wales. That's Cardiff City. And this is Scotland. Northern Ireland. Yeah, I'm a pretty bad designer, but hey. So yeah. Now we need. Oh yeah. Also, 3.8 billion years ago was the first ever organic life. Now, kind of a mistake of a leaked video showing Earth's formation, but when they went to the water formation, They said it was 3.9 million years ago, when it was 3.9 billion, not million. Guess they're gonna have to recreate that video and put it to 3.9 billion years ago, and that will be fixed. Now people are gonna be stuck in their brains. So yeah, I'd love that. So yeah, 65 million years ago, where there was an asteroid, a 10-kilometer sized asteroid, collided with Earth. Let's say I'm the asteroid. Come hurtling in. I should probably go in this direction, so it kind of looks like I get a touch of the moon. I was supposed to hit Mexico. I was supposed to hit the Gulf of Mexico, so just got to smack in. Oh crap! Oh crap! Holy crap! It's not meant to do that. Zach, what have you done to Earth? Yeah, so I exploded. As it wiped out 75% of the species on Earth, including dinosaurs. And it's by that, this formed the ejecta cloud period. If you don't know what the ejecta cloud period, it was a few minutes before the first impact, before the impact went. Some of the collision, that collision was large enough to make the planet ring like a bell, like ring. But soon enough, a giant cloud with burning hail came in, known as the ejecta cloud. As it hails toward the globe, over a few minutes, I've kind of like 90 minutes before the collision, the ejecta cloud hurtles toward Mongolia in Asia. As all dinosaurs die. Now, if that asteroid was 20 kilometers wide, 20 kilometers big, life on Earth would have never existed. Like, let's say hit to North America. It would have yeeted lava all in directions. Melt Greenland ice, melt the Antarctic, and then a couple of hours later, it hits my home, Wales. As we know, we are in big danger. As we know, either about 2 million years ago, a few million years ago, I think about 6, the first monkey evolved, and we need to push it. Whee! And now the monkey evolved into what we now call the human. Now it took roughly 6 million years for the humans to evolve to what we are today. And the modern humans have only been around for 12,000 years. Yeah, kind of like those first humans. I wish I was the first human on Earth. Wait, if I was the first human on Earth, I would have nothing. No iPad, no ladders, no friends, no cities, no cars, no internet. Hard to find food, no Tesco's, no McDonald's, no Roblox, no Minecraft, no Fortnite. Well, I wasn't meant to say Fortnite. Screw you, Fortnite. So yeah, if you want to see my last video yesterday, I did a reaction video to I think it was the day before I did. Yeah, I think the day before I did a reaction video to poor kids as their friends blow out their candle for them, which was not meant to be done. So now we are today. Earth is the only known planet in the universe that can support life. But that's not it. Earth has an older cousin. If you don't believe me, in 2015, the closest planet ever to Earth's relationship was called Kepler 452b. That is Earth's actual cousin. And its solar system is kind of similar to our sun. You know, they should have named Kepler 452b sun. What should we call it? Kepler BD-12 5056. That would have been an awesome name. Okay, so now we're done with Earth. Now we can go on to the moon. Yes, the moon. Lunar/moon. Moon, 250,000 miles from the Earth. The 5th largest moon. Like how I recapped before, the moon made it onto the top 5 biggest moons in our solar system. Northeast lines, get out my world. So yeah. So as you notice, all planets in the solar system model, including the moons and the sun, have a lava core. Yeah, I did that to represent the core. So what do we know about the moon? The moon is 250,000 miles from the Earth, but it is slowly spiraling away from us 3.8 centimeters per year. So right at 2020, the second it happened, it was 2020, moon moved back 3.8 centimeters. So yeah. Now, if we wanted to crumble the moon would need to be orbiting inside Earth's Roche limit. Now, the Roche limit is a limit to how close celestial bodies can be to each other. So I think about 9,600 kilometers from Earth. I think 96,000 kilometers from Earth. Earth's gravity would tear the moon apart and form rings like Saturn. But Earth is just too small to keep the rings from preventing the rings from turning into a moon. As we know, like how I said before, it would like how it was on the moon form. It would spiral and become one solid mass of rock known as the moon. And we shall call it Moon 2.0. As we know, Earth is beginning to fill with people. So we're going to have to terraform Mars, Moon, Titan. What do we know about Titan? Yeah, we need Titan as well. About Enceladus including. So yeah. But the only threat we would take if we... Now the only threat that we would have to deal with about evolving. I have another 5 months left until my baby brother is fully ready to be born. I don't know which week we're on, but yeah. So yeah, how would all the young bodies develop in microgravity? Well, for scientists, they need to find out. We need to take out our information that we know right now and start again. And how to evolve? How about that we make a potion where we can drink it and it will make. It would prevent any micro radiation from hitting our bodies and the baby's young body, and it would help it develop to become like how humans are right now, like me. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the moon has been protecting us from deadly asteroids. Well, kind of like I said on episode 1, Mercury, it is similar to the moon because of its cratery surface and full of basins. I would actually recertify that as Mercury's twin brother because of its similar size and yeah. Well, since our moon is the 5th largest in our solar system, well, there can be a possibility that it's considered a planet because it's the 5th largest in our solar system, like I said. Now, scientists don't even know. I don't know if scientists did this before. Scientists do not even completely understand if our moon is considered a planet. First things first, a planet must be in orbit around our sun. No, that's not checked, but Earth is the thing that it's locked onto. Number 2, it must have enough mass to assume hydrostatic equilibrium. I don't think I said that right. Why? And 3, it must clear the neighborhood around its orbit. Check. So, I think it's only got 1. I think you are considered a planet. All we need to do is simply find out. Maybe NASA might find the answer if the moon is a planet or not. And if I get any information wrong that is the 5th largest planet in our solar system, I am really sorry. So yeah. So I guess that's going to be doing us. Hold on. We haven't done any information of the moon yet. So yeah, I think about 600 million years from now, moon will have drifted super far from Earth that we might not be able to see it like how we are now. And daily solar eclipses will never be able to be shining bright. At that point, the moon would have been considered the size of a dot. But soon enough, billions of years from now, the moon will finally spiral towards back to Earth and finally become back to Earth. Yes, the moon is a part of Earth as we know it. So the moon would spiral towards back to Earth, but the Roche limit will be demolished, and then and then the moon will finally back to Earth, and finally Earth is alone forever. So yeah. So how do you think about our arrays around here? So that's gonna be doing us for this episode. I'm liking to see you on episode 4, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everyone.